Good morning and welcome back to Fresh. It is a beautiful day here today, and we're joined with Marla Miller from the Elkhart County LIving Magazine. Of course, we always want to thank you for helping to sponsor this segment. And of course, we're going to talk to John Weaver. And today, folks, we're going to talk about mowing tips, fertilizing your lawn, and some things that maybe you didn't know about in the dead heat of the summer. So first, Marla, let's talk about the magazine. It's been out for about a month or so.
Yes, it has. And you know what? There is a lot going on right now. In fact, this weekend we've got the Bristol Homecoming. We talk about that on our calendar, and the Elkhart County Fair is coming up. But you know what? There's a lot of smaller stores and family-owned, locally owned businesses that advertise in here that we want the people to take a look at, go visit them. And you know what? There's a lot available here that you may not know about.
Right. It's a great magazine, a lot of information right here in the area or within a day's drive like we've talked about before. How can they get that magazine?
Well, you can purchase this on magazine racks throughout the region, or you can give us a call at 533-2151, extension 346. We'll mail that out to you, and we'll get you on the subscription list. It's only $12 for a year. Or you can go on our website and look at it and also subscribe, and we'll get it sent to you there as well.
Well, thank you, Marla. I hope the magazine continues to be around for a while because I sure enjoy getting it every month. Thank you. Hi, John. How are you? Good to see you again. We are going to talk about the heat and their lawns and fertilizing and some tips that maybe people might need that maybe they aren't aware of as far as their lawns.
Okay. And the one thing we should know, and this is particularly for July and August when we have hot weather, and mowing a lawn, you want to mow it 3 to 3.5 inches. And the reason for that is, for instance, on this lawn this morning, I checked the soil temperature and it was about 68 degrees. Well, it's about 3 inches or a little taller than that. If you mowed that about 2 inches shorter, say it was 1.5 inches, your soil temperature would probably be about 10 degrees warmer. Well, when you consider a lawn and how cool it is, at 10 degrees cooler than if you mowed it 1.5 inches, it cools an entire house a little bit more. It conserves moisture. So it's a good idea to mow a lawn at about 3 to 3.5 inches in the summertime. Watering, water when it needs it. When you walk across the lawn and you leave your footprints, then it's time to water. Or you can see the lawn just turning a little bit of an off-color blue. Then it's time to water your lawn.
Okay. Well, and you know what? I know there's different types of grass. So regardless of what you've planted, or maybe most grasses in the Indiana area are the same, but you know, some people's lawns are mowed shorter because of the type of grass they have?
Well, it could be, but most of our grasses are cool season grasses, and so they like cool temperatures. In the heat of summer, their roots actually shrink.
Oh.
So it's better just to maintain a lawn with proper mowing and water in the summertime rather than trying to feed it or just make it get more and more lush. It's just kind of a maintenance thing in July and August. September is when the roots grow the best.
Now, what about, you just said, you know, not to fertilize, but what tips do you have as far as feeding our lawns in July and August?
Now, if you're going to feed, the best fertilizer to use in the heat of summer is an organic fertilizer or natural fertilizers. The reason is because they don't have salts in them and they can't burn. So you got hot weather coupled with salts, that's a good recipe for burn spots in your lawn. Yeah. And besides that, the organic fertilizers help build and condition the soil also. So it's a lot better off to use organics in the summertime. It just kind of feeds and conditions the soil, and they're real slow release. Some of them on the market, like Milorganite, has iron in it, which is all natural, non-staining iron, and it will really green up a lawn without making a lot of top growth.
Well, and I'm sure they can pick up all those products at your store, of course, Martin's Pet and Garden in downtown Elkhart. Now, I want to talk about mowing. We talked about the length to mow, but, you know, how often? I mean, I have neighbors in my neighborhood that mow almost every other day.
Well, most grass doesn't grow that fast unless you're on a golf course.
Yeah.
You know, putting greens had to be mowed every day. But typically about, if your lawn is fertilized, usually every 4 days or so if you're watering properly. But you'll know because you go out there now, if you let it grow 6 inches and then whacking it off and having a hayfield, that's not good for it either.
Right.
But just mow on a regular schedule, you'll know how your lawn grows. There are grasses, a lot of grasses are being planted now that are low maintenance grass. They don't grow so fast. So those folks might mow once a week. Right. Others might mow every 4 days. Some might mow just once every 2 weeks.
Well, and I'm sure your grass grows depending on whether it's in the sun all day or in some shade.
In the shade, it will grow a little bit slower than in the sun.
Right, right. Well, we appreciate the tips. Your yard here is beautiful. I have to give kudos to you that we are in your yard. It's absolutely gorgeous. And, of course, if you have any questions about lawn, flowers, any of those things, stop in and see John at Martin's Pet and Garden. We'll be back in a moment after this short break.